Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Gifted Monkey TV, all things toy and toy related. You know me, I'm your host, Jordan Preston. Today we're going to take a look at a supplemental way of displaying your action figures in your collection. Might be so cool that your figures will be saying, "I've been framed!" And here you go, guys, a shadow box. Yes, a shadow box. You know what? I didn't even know shadow boxes existed until a few years ago when I saw a YouTube channel where this guy had all kind of figures in a shadow box around his collection. It's like, wow, what a great novel idea. Now, some of you guys might be saying, "Jordan, what are you talking about? My DTOF cases and my beautiful, huge cases that I get from IKEA and everywhere else, they're fantastic and they do the job in my collection room." Well, yeah, that may be true. But what if you have a small little narrow wall near your collection room, outside your collection room, that you need to just accent with some cool figures, but you don't want to put a shelf up, or it's too small for a DTOF or any type of built up shelf? Or what if your living companion, your girlfriend, your boyfriend says, "Hey, you're not putting all those action figures in this room as long as we share this same little space where you can take your figures and put them in there." Or what if you have just two figures that you really, really like, but they don't fit into the theme of the rest of your collection? Say you collect just horror or just Captain America, but you really like those two Star Wars figures you saw on television the other day, and you gotta have them. Well, you take the Star Wars figures or a Batman and Robin, and you put them inside your shadow box, and they fit nicely on the wall, and they accent and they pop, while you still have the rest of your other theme collection going on around them inside your collection. That's what these things really excel at. Let's look at a shadow box a little closer, okay? Shadow boxes are a lot of fun. Shadow boxes can be displayed this way for a nice 1/6 scale or 1/12 scale display, or sideways for a beautiful group action 1/12 display right across here. You'll fit about as many figures you can fit in there. You can hang things down off it, put beautiful things on the backdrop if you want, go to Michael's, or print out your own things from your computer for a backdrop, accent your figures in the back when you close it up. The back side has these two tabs that go on the wall. Two nails will fit right on the wall. They hang easily on here. Sideways, the two again, they'll hang easily sideways like that, horizontally. Or you can just put a nail in and hang it on a stub on the wall here, on the lip of the shadow box. Shadow boxes are really great things to have. See that? Twirls around like that. That's a shadow box. Very nice. When you close the backing up, now this is an empty shadow box that I haven't used yet. I had it actually for my classic 66 Batman and Robin figures, but since I have the 66 Batmobile now by Jazz Inc., thank you very much, plug, I don't need it anymore, so this will be saved. But I am currently working on a shadow box for my classic Wild Wild West figures. So let's take a look at those. Now on to my Wild Wild West diorama inside a shadow box. I tell you guys all the time, I'm a classic warhorse. I love classic TV shows, Batman 1966, and in that theme, I love Wild Wild West, a hit show from the early mid-1960s, starring Robert Conrad and Ross Martin. It was a fantastic action show, almost like a James Bond meets the Old West, and the fight scenes on that show were epic, so I love this show. So I wanted to have some figures. So I had two custom figures made here. This is Artemis Gordon, and this is James West. I made these figures, customized them, and I'm going to put them inside a shadow box. So let's do that. This is the back of my shadow box. I already pre-did it for you guys. It's already done. I found this poster online. I ran it, printed it out, cut it down, put it on thing. There's a map of the Old West in back of it. You can barely see it, but it's imperceptible, cool little details like that that make your shadow box pop. And I have some 3D effect by old gears because it looks steampunky, old geary type stuff, and some Wild Wild West posters put on there. And this was the opening panel of the show when it came on every week. So while I do this and get this in here, next time we come back, I'll have them inside the shadow box. I'll show you how I pose them inside the shadow box. Let's take a look at some shadow boxes I already have done that live in my collection room. So here is one of two examples of a shadow box in your collection. Here I wanted to combine the classic Wonder Woman, that's the classic comic book version Wonder Woman with the Gal Gadot from Hot Toys, with this Christopher Reeve's Superman. I thought they were both in classic bright colors. I wanted to put them together in something to go together. So I put them in my Wonder Woman section because I want to give her a little pop, and I put Christopher Reeves in that. And that's how they live in the shadow box. See that? Look how great that looks. Doesn't that look kind of cool? And I have Christopher Reeves even elevated off the ground a little bit, with a little trick with fishing wire up at the top of his head. But you can't see it. Fishing wire is so thin gauged that you can't even see it. So it looks like an illusion that he's actually elevated off the ground next to Wonder Woman as they get ready to go into battle. And there's a little Justice League wall print I put from her box. And there's a paper brick wall design that's on the back of that panel. That's just paper, but it looks like brick wall to the eye. Give it a nice little something. And then the second one is from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I wanted to combine Natasha, the Black Widow, and him in a nice little pose. I always love that pose with him with the shield, holding it like that in a somber pose. That's a backdrop I got from a 99-cent store of a piece. It's a piece of paper print of a worn American flag. And in the back, I need a smaller mini print of the Winter Soldier poster. Because you see, just like I was saying earlier, this is a small amount of wall space right here. So I wanted to build it up. So I got them there, and then on top I have Nick Fury and Winter Soldier, as they can rest right on that shelf. And it's a small little limited space. I made it a Captain America design right between the two doors. See, limited space, you can do that. And you get no dust on this anyway. So let's go back to see the one I'm working on now. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that little look into my collection room and those shadow boxes. That was kind of cool, huh? I like that. Well, let's do our Wild Wild West shadow box and prepare those now. I'm going to start with Artemis Gordon first. So I'm going to take Artie. I'm going to put him into this side. I decide he goes on the right side of the shadow box. So I put him in. I want his feet to come near the lantern. As you can see, 1/6 scale figures fit perfectly in there. Their feet fit right in there nicely. So I'm going to put Artie in here, have his feet touched like that. Then I'm going to put James West in here on the other side of Artie. Make sure his feet lock in nicely. There we go. James West, looking great, going in there. And then we simply just put our shadow box backing on there. There's the back, and this is the inside of the back right here. The backing goes on very nicely. Make sure these guys are in nice, in good. I want to move Jim over just a little bit so I don't lose him. There we go. Let me get Jim in. Perfect. Perfect. Now, let's put the backing in on our shadow box. Just simply line it up with the ridges, close it up with our tabbing like this. Easy slide tabbing. And there you go. How do you guys like that? Kind of cool, right? And I don't have any other Western themed things in my room. So in my collection, this will look cool as it pops out because it won't interfere with the rest of my relatively superhero collection, although these guys are superheroes in West. But it will fit in as a Western theme in my collection right above my workspace in my desk in my collection room. So let's take a look at that and see how that goes. And here we are in the collection room. And as discussed earlier, you have two tabs right here in the back, two hooks that you just put two little nails in the back of your wall and stick them right on here. Be great. Or you can just sit them on a flat surface, the shadow box on a flat surface on your desk or whatever, and then stay right there. Just lean slightly against the wall. But for today, we're going to just put a nail in the wall, one nail in the wall, and hang it right on the lip of here so you guys can get to see quick and easy how it is to put it on the wall. Let's hope this works. Excuse my back. And Bob's your uncle. Nice and easy. There it goes. And this is how my display case will live in my collection room with Jim West and Artemis Gordon from the classic TV series Wild Wild West right here above my desk in the display area. I hope you guys love this look today at shadow boxes. And let me give you guys a little bonus. When you put a shadow box on your wall, inadvertently it creates a little shelf for you to hang something that can accent the two figures or the thing you got going on inside your shadow box. For instance, if you have a Batman and Robin in here, you can put a Batmobile up here, or a Batcycle, Batcopter, or even a 1/12 figure up here to accent what's up here, or a speeder bike for your Star Wars display. You can put it right on top there and it'll sit there nicely. Or even Funko Pops. You get about 4 Funko Pops up here on the top that match what's going on inside your shadow box. Isn't that cool? A nice little bonus, right? I hope you guys like this today, looking at shadow boxes as a possibility to accent and to supplement your already great collection. Or if you have a small office space, to add into your office space or on your wall space leading up into your collection room, as we said earlier. What do you guys think? Did you guys ever hear of shadow boxes as a possibility? Do you have some shadow boxes already? Post some pictures down below. And what do you think? Will you use a shadow box? What 2 characters or 3 characters that you can fit in a shadow box can you think of to go into a shadow box from your personal collection? Let me know, because I always want to know. I'll get back to you. Thanks, guys, for looking at this today. And remember, playing with toys, even examining shadow boxes for 1/6 scale and 1/12 figures can be as fun as a battle of monkeys. But respect the monkey. Play nice. See you later, guys.